Okay, I'm back. I just called Gavin to check if he was at the right account, and he said he was. So just waiting for him to reconnect. Oh, there you are, Gavin. I can see you now. Okay. But it says unable to join. Gavin, there must be something that you are not doing, because I am inviting you to join us and it says unable to join. Can you check in your Instagram account? Gavin, I'm trying to invite you, but oh, there you are. Thank you. Thank you, Gavin. Now, thank you, dear friends, for coming back. We needed to check this. Hi.
Got you.
Hello. Welcome to San Pedro de Jujuy again, Gavin.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Welcome back to Argentina. Look what I prepared to welcome you.
Oh, fantastic. Well, cheers to that.
Okay, I will put this closer. Don't start without me. And I have a special helper today. My assistant today is Alex.
Alex, how are you?
We are all wearing our beautiful South African clothes.
Of course, look at this.
Yeah. People are greeting you. They are saying which part of Argentina they are from. So we have from the north, from the center, from the south.
Jujuy, I can see there. Yeah, I can see quite a few of those ones all joining. Nice.
Yes. Okay, so to start, my assistant here, Alex, will use the class.
Okay, right, we're on.
And
we're ready to go.
I have my drink here. So cheers, Gavin. Welcome to Argentina.
Thank you very much. Nice to be there. Nice to be there drinking a nice Chenin Blanc. You see?
Oh, nice. Oh, I am drinking a Sauvignon Blanc that you that you taught me when I was there.
Good.
Because I love learning about wine. So when I was in South Africa, I asked Gavin, what should I try while being here? And he said, you should try a Sauvignon Blanc. And that's what I did. And then I came back and I started looking for that too.
Did you? And I'm sure you found some, because they have some nice Argentinian wines as well, huh? Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Okay, Gavin. With our guests, we always start asking them about their academic background, what they studied, where, and little by little the conversation turns toward the different paths that this or that education gave the person. More possibilities, trips around the world, different things that they even didn't think about when they started studying. So shall we start there?
Yeah, we can. You can ask me. Yeah, I'm more than happy to chat with you about where I came from.
Yes, please.
Okay, good. Well, I started my life in England. I was born in England in a small town up near Manchester in the north of England, and I finished schooling and I joined the military, and I was in the army for 12 years. And after I finished, and I was an engineer, so I did, I'm a carpenter by trade, and so I did things like that. And when I finished, I then left and I did a course at the North London Polytechnic, where I did a marketing diploma. And from that's when I started being interested in the language side of things and marketing about languages. I lived in Germany for a further 10 years. And as well as playing some squash, I was the manager of a sports complex, a squash complex. And I came to South Africa on holiday and arrived in South Africa and fell in love with the place, and so I decided to stay. And yeah, so once I was down here, I went to work. I was invited to work in another school as the marketing manager, and then I started my trips all around the world. Started off in Brazil, go to Germany, Russia, Argentina, of course. And yeah, and then about 12 years ago, I decided to open up a school with a business colleague and friend of mine, and we opened up International House Cape Town 12 years ago. And so
everything started with your holidays then.
Yeah, everything started with a holiday. Everything started with a holiday and falling in love with a beautiful place, just like Cape Town was. And so
yeah, but you visited lots of places. How did it come to you to start living in South Africa?
I came to visit some friends of mine who were working down here. They were from Germany, and and they invited me down. I came down here, and it was so good that you know, the wine was fantastic, the sport was fantastic, the food was fantastic, the scenery, the weather was great, and they were just coming out of the terrible apartheid times as well. So it was a great time for opportunity, and so I saw the opportunity to be able to maybe live here and start a business here, and that's what I did. And so International House was born 12 years ago, and I continued traveling, of course, trying to find students to come and study in South Africa. So I've traveled from Argentina to Afghanistan, to Saudi Arabia, to Russia, to China, to Singapore, to Turkey, all over the place, Chile, Brazil, everywhere. So, and I still travel as well quite a bit, even though I have got a great network of agencies around, just like yourselves, of course, Marcella, and I just love to travel. But of course, being in lockdown now for 6-7 months, my case is packed and ready to go, but it doesn't look like we're going to be going anywhere shortly.
You know, this morning when you told me that, I asked you first if you were working, because I wanted to ask you something and set the time, etc. And I asked you if you were working, and you said, no, I was actually working on my garden.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
I came back home and I told, yes, and I told my husband, and he said, well, that's a normal life, you see? Weekends to work at home, take care of your garden. He loves cars, so he takes care of his cars too. But
exactly.
for us, Argentinians, it's like we go on working. Keep on working Saturdays, even Saturday afternoon sometimes. It's a hard life if you want to achieve many things. Sometimes sometimes people say, no, that's enough for me. I've done enough. I need to relax a little bit. But when you want to do more things and pursue your dreams, even though you live in Argentina, you know that if you work hard, you can do it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Unfortunately, we cannot take care of the garden sometimes.
Well, I've had 6 months in the garden, so it's my garden is looking quite nice at the moment, and
wow.
I always go from project to project to project.
I saw something that you posted. Well, we are going to invite people to follow you and follow International House too, because you always post nice things and articles and news about South Africa. It's wonderful to read about you guys.
Yeah, I've got a really good social media team, and they post a lot of pertinent things about South Africa. Different days, you know, it was Mandela Day, it was Heritage Day, Teachers Day, and so we're always looking for exciting things to attract people to come to South Africa, because you know, it's like Argentina, it's like Brazil. We're a third world country. We have a lot of we have a lot of things which aren't very nice, but we get on with life, I think, and that's the most important thing as well. Is that and so we try to show the really nice things that are going out, that are out there, and of course one of them is the beauty of South Africa and the things that there are to do. And
yeah, people say that's a lovely idea to show the nice things.
Exactly. You know, it's not all rosy, but it's a lot of it is. And I think if you see the right things, then hopefully some people will come and visit when the border's up. And of course, the price is very good, very important for us here. That we've got a really we've got a good, a very cheap economy compared to, you know, places like Europe and Australia. So really nice. Really nice.
Yeah, I think it's a very good combination. The culture, completely different from anything you have seen anywhere.
Yeah.
Very particular and so welcoming and friendly.
Yeah, I see a few of my friends here on here, you know, who's saying can't wait to come back and whatever. Well, they're always more than welcome to come back.
Me too. I already had a group. I had a group for next year, so they are waiting. Okay, we are all waiting for that. So I was saying that that's a very good combination, because you have all those attractive things, plus the prices, very competitive prices, compared to going to the States or England.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, sure. Sure, we just have to get our borders opened up now and get rid of this horrible disease, and hopefully there's going to be a vaccine shortly. And yeah, we're all fingers crossed that this happens. You know,
yes,
we can get the teachers back teaching, and yeah, lots of different things and ideas going ahead. And I think it's going to be a different world, but I think we really can do good things and show people a really good time.
So you talked about going places, Gavin. What happened to you when you first arrived to Argentina? What was the most attractive thing for you? Did you know things about Argentina before coming? Yeah, let's talk about your experience already with IH, with International House, when you came to promote the trips to South Africa.
That's right. Yes. No. I've been coming to Argentina for quite a few years now, because, as I say, South America is always a good market for us. And so, you know, one of the places I'd always wanted to visit was Argentina. And so I came and I spent quite a lot of time in Buenos Aires and the surrounding places, and then just continue to visit, you know, places like, you know, where you live up in Jujuy, and lots of other different places with friends there, with agencies like yourselves who've now become friends. So I really enjoy the different type of culture that you guys have. I love the wine. I love the people are really nice. As I say, I have quite a lot of friends who.
Did you like the food?
Yeah, of course, I'm a big steak, big steak fan and whatever. So yeah.
And the wine too.
The red wine is just delicious. So yeah, so I've always been a very keen fan of Argentina, and of course the diverse things you've got. You know, there's so much to do, so much to see. I must admit, I do enjoy Buenos Aires because I think it's a vibey type of city. I love to see the tango and the different and the shows and the history as well. I think Argentina's got a lot of history, which is really interesting. I think I should have been a gaucho or something like that, I think, in my previous life, but I still love it, and it's great to come back and visit.
And so, yeah. Gavin, people are asking about the typical food in South Africa.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, we're a very big meat country as well, which I think, just like you guys, but Cape Town is very much a city which which is very cosmopolitan. And over the years, many different sets of people have come and set up shop here: the French, the Dutch, the Malaysians, the Indians. So our culture and the food culture is really second to none. So you can go and get a fantastic steak, you can go and get a really good Chinese, you can go and get some fantastic local Cape Malay food, spicy food but not hot, and then you can get your Indian food. And so, you know, the big coffee culture and the big wine culture. So there's a lot of influence from all different countries all over the world. So our food is just good. It's just really, really good. Italian, French, of course, very big English, Dutch, you know, so we've got a big international set of people here in Cape Town.
A friend of ours has just joined. Her name is Susan. She's from Liverpool, but living in Argentina for many years now. And she's a great cook. She loves cooking from different places all over the world, and she posts all the dishes she prepares. Everybody envies her and her husband, of course, because he tries all the things. Okay. And I'm sure she will send us a nice question soon. So, yeah. Paula, she's saying hi there. Hi, Susan.
Yeah, I see that. I think I met her actually in when we were down at Fapi. Yes, definitely.
Yes, you both came to Salta last year. So probably I'm sure you met her.
No, definitely did. And she's if she's from Liverpool and she supports Liverpool, then she's a good friend of mine. If she's not, then I'm sorry, you know, because I'm a big Liverpool supporter. So she said yes. Yes, she says she can do some South African dishes too. Yeah, I see. And Glicia, I see Glicia there from Argentina, from Brazil, from Vitoria.
Oh, how nice!
Is joined us as well. So nice to see you, Glicia.
How nice to have people from all over the world greeting you here. You know, your students, former students, people from Argentina that met you at FAAPI. We couldn't have FAAPI this year, but everybody was posting memories from last year's conference.
Sure. I saw them all. It was a really good conference. I really enjoyed that, and a nice place, Salta, really good.
So I will share with people, with the audience now, what my sons loved about your school in South Africa. I invite you to visit International House Cape Town Facebook and Instagram account so that you can see the beautiful events they have there, apart from the classes, of course. Everybody has classes when they go there, but they also have fun and they spend a great time. I could really experience it. I could see the kids joining conversations in the patio. I could see my sons having fun while having classes too. And also we enjoyed all the adventures outside school. But before having this conversation with you, I asked the kids again, what do you remember about your time in International House? And they said, and Max said, I loved their coffee place where I could prepare my rooibos tea. So I will tell people that rooibos tea is the typical tea from South Africa.
It is.
That's right.
And it's like a herbal type of tea, which is some people like, and they say you can't get it anywhere else or grow it anywhere else in the world. And rooibos tea is red bush tea. That's what the translation is. So and it's
so when he didn't used to drink tea here, but then when we went there for breakfast, he said, what can I have for breakfast? Because I don't want milk and I don't want tea. And then the waiter said, you can try our rooibos tea. And the way they prepared it, you know, the ceremony they had at the restaurant, bringing all these things, the little cup and everything, my Max fell in love with it. And every day he would ask for a rooibos tea for breakfast.
Okay. And did he take some home with him?
Yes, 2 packages, whole packages from the supermarket.
Okay, good.
So with a lot of tea bags. So that was his, whenever you talk about international house, he remembers rooibos tea and the breakfast. Also the classes, also the school, but he has, you know, it's so important, the flavors that you bring back from a trip. So I am so happy that he relates school with the tea. And he says, I liked the patio with the coffee place where I could prepare my rooibos tea during the break. And that's a lovely, you know, that's a lovely idea to have at school, especially because there are many teachers here that have their own language schools, to have a place where students can share something like a cup of tea. We don't do that, at least not here where I live. But it was a very nice idea that I brought back from International House.
Okay, so next time I visit, I can have a cup of rooibos tea or a glass of wine in the student area.
Yes, and then I asked the other kids. Yes, somebody said emotional learning. That's right, Eugenia. Yeah. Then they also remember the summer party that you have. Can you tell us about the summer party?
Which one was that? We have lots of. Oh, was it the themed party? The themed summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one with the flamingos and all that.
That's right. Well, of course, Billy used to organize all our parties on the deck in the school, and we always used to try and have some sort of theme, whether it be a hat party, Halloween party, or a student summer party. And and we make sure we have plenty of props there which people can put on and we can take photographs. Again, it's all part about having fun and taking people out of the comfort zone, making them speak English together, which is quite important. It's very important, you know, because we don't want everybody speaking Turkish and Brazilian and French and German. We want everybody to be speaking English whilst they're together, because that's how they learn. They're learning in a relaxed atmosphere, having fun. We have good music and and some food as well. And I used to do a lot of the cooking when we had a barbecue. I would do the barbecue.
That you did yourself?
I did myself, yeah, which was always good. And so I think the most people we've had on the deck was something like 200 people, I think it was. And we barbecued, or bride as we call it, for 200 people, which is really nice. So yeah, really good.
Yes, that's for the one that was asking about the traditional food. We can also mention that the name you have for the barbecue is braai.
Braai, that's right. Yeah, braai. Yeah, South African braai, which is just like a barbecue, you know.
And barbecue, yes, she's remembering. Many people remember that. You see.
And barbecue. I see that. Yeah, I can read that. Good. And so, you tried lots of other different food whilst you were here as well, did you, Marcel?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. And the fish and the calamari and things like that you can get here. Most of the calamari that we get in South Africa comes from the seas around Argentina.
They said you cooked for 200 people?
Yeah. That's right. 200 people. A lot. With two big barbecues. Yeah.
That's right, Eugenia. It was a lovely time. And as I said before, if you visit their Facebook page and their Instagram account, you will see all the pictures of people sharing that time. And I think that that's really what the whole objective of traveling from different countries, to meet people from other countries and share some time really communicating in English. I think that is the whole point. It's not the grammar, it's not the class, it's not the time you spend inside the classroom, but these little events that are so important for students when they come back home. They have so many memories of those times meeting with people from all over the world and speaking in English about their home, their culture, their friends back home.
That's right. Yeah, we call it a total immersion. You're totally immersed in the language. So when you leave the school, you go into a restaurant, you've got to speak English. If you go on a bus, you've got to speak. If you go on a tour, the tour guide speaks English for you, so you have to listen. So you are fully into the whole English way of life. Unlike when you're at a place like they come to your school, you know, yeah, it's fantastic. They do it, but when they go home, once they've had English with you, they go home, they speak Spanish with their families, they speak Spanish with their friends. They go to a pub or a restaurant or a bar or Kentucky or McDonald's, they speak Spanish. That's the fundamental difference when you go on a study abroad experience. And of course, South Africa, we've got a great culture down here of language schools. So we make sure that everybody who comes has a really good time and does learn English, because it's most important that they come here, they have fun, but they also learn English, and it's very important, that is.
Yes, and what I loved, and that was the main reason why I decided to gather the group. It was because you had special classes for young learners, yeah, which some other schools don't. So if you take a group of teenagers, for example, the little one like Max, who was 10 when we traveled, he has to be with me because there are no classes for him. Sure. But in your school, they could have classes with young learners, and the teenager could be in another class and the adults in another class. So I love that because everybody was enjoying their time. Yeah. And Max could meet kids from different countries too.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we you know, our philosophy at International House was that, you know, we want to teach everybody, and we want everybody, because the children are our future, you know. And so if you and if children want to travel with their parents, what are they going to do? So why not get them into the school, get them with the parents or in the same premises, teach them in different classes, make sure they can enjoy all the facilities and all the trips and the tours that we do with them. So they come in an integral part of the school. And we have children from 8 years old who come to study with us as well. So it's, you know, and it's a really nice, a really good idea to make sure that they are included in everything that we do. So yeah, young learner courses, very young learner courses, teenager courses, and our adult courses start at 16 years old. So yeah.
Oh, there are many friends from different language schools all over Argentina joining now. And also some people from England, like Alistair Grant. Probably you met him also in PAP last year.
Sure.
Flor Clarper too.
He's from one of the International House schools there. And I like this one, Quilmes School of Language. I thought that was a beer. It's fantastic.
Hi, Alistair. Hi, Gabby.
Yeah.
I think that talking to you now will really be eye-opening for many people who always think about taking groups to England or the States only. And I discovered that when we went there the first time in 2009, it was a great destination to take groups of students. Sure. As I said before, the culture is so different. There are so many outdoor activities to do with them after classes. Yeah. Sure. And now that I went to International House, the location, the venue is so close, everything. I loved, for example, the days that Max was taken to restaurants, to ice cream shops, to the aquarium, with the rest of the groups, the rest of the kids from his group. So it was the beer, they are talking about the beer. So whenever he came back, he was saying, oh, we went to the ice cream shop and we asked for this and that, the theme of practicing the language outside the classroom. I love that.
Sure. And of course we have the good weather. When you guys come down in sort of January, February time, it's our summer, just like your summer. But we also get quite a few young learner groups in June, July and August, and they come in from Italy, from Saudi, from France, from Germany. So we have groups, nice groups throughout the year. And obviously we try to mix the groups up, which is very important. Mojo,
right.
Yeah, Mojo.
Mucho, yes. Look.
Ah, well done.
I still have my bag here.
Okay, good.
With the beautiful phrase from Mandela.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel your life has changed after you started with the language school and meeting people from all over the world? Have they influenced the way you see life, the way you live?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. No, sure. Sure. I think once you're out in the international English space, there is a really nice set of people who are there to make sure that you learn the language. It's like, and it starts at the base level with parents wanting their children to be able to go and learn English somewhere other than in their own country. Then it comes on to the agencies. You know, there's some fantastic agencies around there, you know, who sell study abroad tours to England, to Canada, to Australia, and those guys are very important as well in the value chain of making sure people learn English. And then there's the schools around the world as well. You know, they're passionate about what they do. It's not just a business; it's more like a big family, you know. And we have meetings, big meetings in Berlin and in London, where all the schools around the world get together and have conferences and meetings and parties and dances and whatever. And it's just a one really big happy family. And so to me, it's not just about a business and about a language school. It's about friendships that you make within the schools. And it takes you out of your comfort zone of just being stuck in South Africa or stuck in England or whatever. You meet these people face to face. And I think that's a very important part about it. And since COVID-19 has taken place and we've had it and we've all been locked down now for 6 months or so, it's very important that we've kept contact through Zoom and through Teams and all the different platforms that are out there, just like we're doing now. It makes us feel as though we're still one big happy family, even though times have been tough for everybody. You know, I think it's now a time where we can start to plan for the future, plan for future travel, and and we can take it from there and get teaching again and get traveling again and enjoying life again and having fun.
Wow. Yes, I could see that when I was there. I could see you talking to, you know, the young people, young adults there at International House, and really sharing with them, spending time with them. I think that is so important for them, because they are not talking about business. They are not just a number and one more students that the school got. They are important for the school, and you make them feel like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and you know, I think as well, a huge credit has got to go to the teachers that you know, that teach. I'm certainly not a teacher, and I don't know how teachers all over the world have the patience. And I know you're a teacher, Marcella, as well. So you know, I think these guys, you know, I take my hat off to the teachers, and because they are the people that are doing all the work. Once we've got them to the locations, into the countries, into the schools, then it's the teachers, the passion, and everybody knows that teachers, the teaching profession is like the medical, the nursing profession, the fireman, the policeman. It's not a well-paid. You're not going to become a millionaire by teaching. By teaching English, you're not going to be that. So it's the passion that the teachers have and the willingness to learn and to teach the students. So fantastic. I can never praise my teachers enough, and any teacher really. I think they're superb, and the amount of work that they put in is just incredible. We wouldn't be able to live without them.
And in all these years, Gavin, have you ever felt like, I don't want to be here anymore? In South Africa, I mean, because you've been there for more than 12 years. And I'm asking you this on purpose, because Susan says that there is no other place where she would be but Argentina. He loves Argentina and she feels so comfortable here. And we love having her here, of course.
Yeah.
Does it happen the same to you with South Africa?
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I mean, I would certainly, you know, having lived in, I've been in South Africa for 26 years now.
26 years now.
26 years, yeah. And before that, I was in Germany for 10, and then I was in England for the remaining. I won't tell you how long, but I think you find a place which becomes your real home. Things where you've seen the rest of the world and the country, the different countries like England. I love going back to England. My family is still, some of my family is still in England. I love going back, but I couldn't live there. It's like I love South Africa, I love Cape Town. I don't particularly like Johannesburg, but you know, it's South Africa. But Cape Town for me is the place where I have found everything that I think I need. Everything, yeah. So I wouldn't particularly want to go back to England or Germany, and you know, I have often thought about other places which have interested me and where I think you can have a really nice life as well. And I think yeah, probably one of the places that for me will be certainly Brazil. I used to enjoy my time in Brazil. I think the people are fantastic. There's so much to do, so much to see. And I'm not talking about in big cities. I'm talking about in the smaller cities on the coast. So yeah, but no, South Africa is the place for me. And yeah, I've got to say that because my wife's listening. So.
So if you have to mention 3 things that you love about South Africa, that you completely love about South Africa, what would they be?
The sport.
The 3 things that you love about South Africa.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody loves sport in South Africa, and of course, I'm a big sportsman when in different things, you know, from soccer to squash to tennis to running to walking in the mountains, whatever. So sport is definitely something that sports is very important. The people are really lovely people. You know, they're very understanding. I mean, we've all got governments which are it's like going to the circus, you know, watching the clowns in action. Well, you know, it's like that in Argentina, it's like that in Brazil, it's like that here in South Africa.
Wow.
But the people that are here are fantastic if you discount the politicians. So get rid of all those politicians and put the people in charge, and I think we're going to have a fantastic country. So the people, the friends.
Okay, sports and people.
Yeah, and the different cultures and whatever. And then the rest, and then the next thing is, of course, the travel, the places to visit, the things you can see, the history, the rich history that we have here, the cultural side of things. So that's it. The trips, tours, culture, the wines, you know, that's all part of trips and tours and whatever. And the food culture, entertainment culture is just really, really superb. So those are my 3 things, Marcella.
Thank you. So for those who are wine lovers, can you teach us a little bit about South African wines?
Well, certainly, yes, I can. I think I drink. Quite a bit of wine, which is a very nice thing to do. But yeah, I'm not a wine expert, but I enjoy both white and I enjoy both red wines. I will have at least a glass. They always say that you should have a glass of wine a day to keep the doctor away, and I truly believe that. And, so I like my Chenin Blanc, which is quite a nice. It's not a South African grape, but it's cultivated here, which is really nice. And I enjoy the two red wines, which is one is a South African wine called Pinotage, okay, which is a mixed. It's two grapes. It's the Pinot Noir and the Hermitage grape, and they're mixed together in South Africa and grown here, and it's called the Pinotage. And I also like the Merlot as well. So those are the two red wines that I like, and I like the Chenin Blanc and the Sauvignon Blanc. So those are my favorite wines, and there are about 500 wine farms here in Cape Town, in the surrounds of Cape Town, Stellenbosch, Franschhoek and Paarl. And we've got friends. I've got some of my teachers who are wine experts, wine guides, wine tour guides, and they take the students on guided wine trips and wine tours, wine weekends. We have wine buses, we have wine trains. You know, it's a very
people are sending a lot of hearts, Gavin. They are all traveling to South Africa right now.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and then I see Martin from Brazil has just joined, and he's a big beer man. I know that because I remember him from our time drinking beer in the Mojo Market. So yeah. So yeah, but the wine.
Well, no. But sorry to have interrupted you. Can you repeat? You have wine buses. Wine. Can you repeat that?
Wine buses, wine trains, wine trams, wine horse carts, everything to take your wine around the winelands and whatever. And I've spent a bit of time in Mendoza as well, Mendoza, I think that's what you call it. And it was really sad to see a lot of the old wineries that were huge, and now they're not used anymore because they've gone into more different types of tank fermentation. All the old tanks which were there, the wooden vats and the wooden tanks. So I spent quite a bit of time in Mendoza, and I loved the red
so
wine.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. So yeah.
So nice that you could try out. Did you like our Malbec?
Yes. Oh, in fact, I had quite a few bottles, which I'd brought back, and people had brought me and sent me over the years. And during the lockdown period, when we weren't allowed to buy any alcohol at all,
wow.
I started to drink my collection of red wine, and I had about 220 bottles of red wine, and I have 20 left.
Wow. They need to open the shops quickly and let people travel again.
No, we're back. We can buy alcohol now.
Yes, I was about to ask you, how is it working now over there?
Yeah, well, you can buy
everything
alcohol.
Back to the new normal or not?
No. We still have. You can only buy alcohol in the shops from Monday to Friday, not at the weekend, not on Saturdays or Sundays. We have a curfew from midnight until 4 a.m. in the morning every day. So you're not allowed out after midnight. So it's nearly 1 o'clock here, so I'm not allowed to go outside. Yeah, the bars and restaurants, they're open now, but with social distancing. The wine farms are open with social distancing, and yeah, and you've got to be at home by midnight in all the bars, the restaurants. No clubs or discos are open at all or anything like that. But some of the bars are open again with social distancing.
What about schools?
Some schools are open, some schools are not open. Some schools are open 2-3 days a week for different levels, for different So if you're sort of 14-year-old, you go on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. If you're 13-year-old, you go on a Tuesday and a Friday, and you know, things like that. So different grades go on different days. Homeschooling is still quite important, and a lot of people are still doing homeschooling. But certainly the public schools have got days when they're at home and they have homework to do and teaching online and things like that. Private schools, most of those are actually back now full time, I think. So they don't have
I see. I see.
You see.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And I have one last question that was from our conversation this morning too. Okay. What is you mentioned something about the patrol, that you had to patrol this evening?
Yeah, we as part and parcel of safety and awareness and whatever, is that all the different regions, all the different areas have what they call neighborhood watch patrols. And so we go out and we have radios and whatever, and we just drive around in the cars looking for any crime that's going to happen or going to whatever, and we just phone the police, we just phone the van that goes around and the police and whatever. So this is just the civilian side of helping the police combat the crime that we have here. So we're just the eyes for the police. We go and sit at different places where the crime is rife.
And you have to register anywhere for that?
Yeah, no, it's fully registered. You have to be registered and vetted and checked and things like that. So yeah, you've got to be.
So it's volunteer work, let's say.
Yeah, it's just volunteer work. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But it's like late at night and early in the mornings when things happen. So.
Okay, thank you. Yes, we were trying to imagine how would that work here with my family, you know. And I said, don't worry, guys, I will ask Gavin during our happy hour. Yeah,
no, it's not a legal obligation. It's just a group of people which are organized by the police. Anybody can join. They come and they just make sure that it's a volunteer. We just go and help the police basically in just being the eyes. We don't apprehend or we don't speak to the people. If we see people doing things, we just get on the radio or WhatsApp, and we WhatsApp the police central room, and they just go and check things out. So we don't get involved. We don't speak to the people or anything like that. We're just the eyes.
Okay.
So good.
Okay, I just want to show Susan this design because she was asking if we were wearing our South African clothes.
Oh, look at that, yeah. Sheesh.
That's Alex, Susan, and that's me.
Yeah, and then I've got my one on as well, look.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
so we have just a couple of minutes left, and I want to really thank you, Gavin, for joining us. Let us explain the ones who joined us too, that it is almost 1 a.m. in South Africa.
That's right.
You are 5 hours ahead. So I really appreciate that you have accepted this invitation to our home bar to share this glass of wine and beautiful memories about Cape Town when we were there. And I will leave this couple of minutes to you so that you invite people to go to Cape Town, and we gather a beautiful group from Argentina next year or whenever we are allowed to travel.
Okay, well that will be brilliant, of course, you know. But everybody has if they want any more information to either go to yourself or go onto the Facebook page or the website or the Instagram or any of the social media. And you want any information about coming to Cape Town, if you're coming on holiday, we can let you know about places to go. If you want to come and study, you can come and study with us. That's also no problems. But yeah, just please feel free to follow us on our Facebook posts. I'm the one that does all the answering on these on the social media platforms at the moment, as well as Kirsten. So we can chat with you. We can put you in contact with anybody. We can give you ideas of, if you want to go on safari, we can tell you where to go. And
safari, yes.
Lots of different things that you can do. There's so much. I could be here all night telling you that, but I think probably best to go and have a look. And yes.
Okay.
Mr. or Mrs. Kulmus, please come and visit and bring some beer.
Thank you very much, Gavin.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody who joined us today in our 18th happy hour with IELI Books. A big kiss for everybody at HI Cape Town.
See you.
IH Cape Town, sorry. And thank you, Gavin, again.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Speak to you shortly, everybody. Thank you very much indeed. Good stuff. Thanks for joining. Ciao, ciao.